Hey, what's up guys? Just coming back to do a little update video on Clutch P as they have all hatched now. So before they actually go into shed and their colors start to dull a little bit, I wanted to hurry up and get a quick little update video out here so you can see them all out of the egg and get a better idea of what they are. So if I was to wait much longer and they go into shed, then I've got to wait for them to shed, and that could be another week. So I wanted to go ahead and get this out. So this one, I'm just going to go in order. I'm not going to go from like best to worst or worst to best or anything like that. This is P1. This is a Superfly. This is a Super Pastel Fire. Let me back her up just a little bit. This is a female. And you can see her there. She's a really pretty one. But that is what she looks like. She's actually behaving pretty well for me. Sometimes you can get them in, go into ball mode and they won't come out and you can't see them, or they'll go into flight mode and just try to get away, but she's actually behaving pretty well. So that is P1. That is a Super Pastel Fire, aka Superfly. Alright, so I'm going to put her away. We're going to move on to P2. So I'm going to get her right here. And just bear with me here. We're going to take a look at P2. This is going to be a little male. And he is a fire pastel spider, also known as a fire bee. And what I like about him, what I really like about this one is, if any of you guys remember Xavier, anybody who's followed the Ball Clan for a long time and remember Xavier, this little guy's head stamp. Xavier's head stamp is actually the Ball Clan's picture profile logo. So, but this guy's head stamp looks an awful lot like Xavier's. He's got the little eye spots and everything. It just breaks up down here toward the bottom because he is a fire bee, not a bumblebee. So there's a little bit of pattern reduction in there, but really cool. Really cool that he was able to inherit some of that and kind of keep the old bloodline going. But this is a fire bee. This is P2, and he's also behaving really well for us. And also a really pretty morph. I really like this combo. It's one of my favorites. All right, so we're going to move on from P2, and we're going to go on to P3. So let's get him put away. Let's move over here. And let's pull out P3. Now P3 is a 2-trait combo. So here he is. This is another little male. Now this one is kind of in ball mode, but this is a lesser bee. This is a lesser spider. And I'm going to try to get him unwound here. He's not really going to want to cooperate, I don't think, but that is him. He is a lesser bee, lesser spider. Maybe fire, possibly fire. I'll really have to, fire is kind of hard to see whenever lesser is involved. So probably have to wait until he sheds to be able to rule that out completely. But either way, this is a very pretty combo. I haven't seen one of these in about 4 years. When I had Xavier and Lex with the clutch. But I'd forgotten how pretty of a combo this is, but this is really nice. Lesser bee, this is P3. All right, so he's going to sit there and pose for us. That's good. Good job. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you get a good look at him. Let's move on. Let's move on to P4. Now, P4 is one of my favorites, and I think you're going to see why as soon as I pull him out here. Let me go ahead and pull this out, and he may already be starting into, no, he can't be starting into shed, but this little guy here. Now this is one of the things that you really want when you do a fire pastel combo, a fire and pastel pairing. This is a Super Pastel. Let me back him up just a little bit so you can see him. This is a Super Pastel Spider Fire. This is a fire killer bee. is what the hobbyist name for this combo is. And again, very, very pretty combo. This has been kind of a dream combo of mine, actually. So it may be that this guy sticks around. I may not be able to part with this one because this is certainly one that I've wanted to hit for quite a while. But there you can see him. He's going to kind of pose for you too. Looking good there. So he actually kind of inherited his dad's little X mark on the side of his neck there, but he is not going to let me show that to you. So, well, you can see it for just a second there, but anyways, not going to stress him out too bad. That is P4, very pretty, possibly new member of the Ball Clan. We'll see. It's gonna be hard to talk me out of this one. Just saying. All right, let's move on. Get P4 put away. Moving right along here. Let's see. P5 is the one we're wanting next. And she is going to be right here. All right, so weirdly enough, I must have been like super tired last night because I actually thought this was a normal when it first came out of the egg. But as you can see, probably see, this is clearly a pastel. So yeah, this is a little pastel, and I think it's a female. So you can see her looking pretty good there. Gonna kind of maybe pose for us. She did pretty well when I washed her off last night and got her out for some pictures earlier today. So looking good there, little pastel. So she'll be available. So let's move along here. Let's see, what did I do with her lid? Oh, there it is. All right, let's move along here. Let's get her put away and move on to P6, who actually just hatched out of the egg this afternoon. This is actually the one that I was waiting on to do this very video. So let's take a look at P6. And this is one that I'm pretty sure will stay with me because this is definitely a female, or I'm like 98% certain that this is a female, and this is a pastel lesser. May have fire in there. Gonna have to wait. Like I said, with lesser, it's kind of hard to rule out fire until they shed, and you can really see how their colors come in. But at least a pastel lesser for sure. So this is one that if it's a female, like I think it is, this one definitely will stay with me, and she obviously wants to go explore, which makes sense. I haven't had her in the cage very long, and I kind of got her wound up whenever I washed her off and everything, so that happens. So no big deal there, but there you can see her, pastel lesser. Just nice little combo there. Actually, one of my favorite combos. Sometimes you don't need, sometimes you don't need 4 or 5 traits in one animal to be an amazing combo. Sometimes the simple ones are really good, and I certainly think this is one of those. And you'll see that whenever she sheds. Whenever they shed, I'll do another update video on these guys. So there is P6. So let's get her put away and move on to P7, which is another really neat one. And why do I say that? Because it's a combo that we've seen already. We have seen this combo before, and it was P4. Now this combo had a 1 in 32 chance of hitting, but I actually hit a second one. This is another fire killer bee. This is another super pastel fire spider, and another very pretty one. Definitely will be hard to let these guys go. they're really cool, but one of these eventually will have to leave. Either P4 or P7. Probably this one. This is likely, 4 is likely the one that I'm going to keep if I keep one, but anyways, that is P7. This one I was actually worried about because he was really small in the egg, and I was really worried that he wasn't going to make it whenever I cut the eggs. He was really far down in there and hadn't really absorbed a lot of his yolk sac, but he caught up, and he's doing great now, so there he is. Really happy to have him aboard. All right, one more to go. One more to go. This is going to be P8, and this was actually the first one that I cut. This was the egg that was sitting on top of the clutch that I had to actually pull off away from the others before I could actually cut the clutch. And this is actually one that I called right out of the gate. Like, as soon as I cut the egg, I knew what this one was. This is a Fire Spider. And why was I so familiar with this combo? Well, I have one, and I've hatched this combo before. So if you're familiar with Diablo, no, we haven't talked about him much, but he's still hanging around. If this guy would just unball for me. This is why they call them ball pythons, if you didn't know. They're one of their defense mechanisms, their primary defense mechanism, is to roll into a ball. And it makes it really hard for predators to eat them. But you can kind of see what he's doing there. Kind of pulling his head in and surrounding it with his body. Which is what they do. It's how they protect themselves. But this is a Fire Spider. And yeah, he's just not going to let me show you his head, is he? And I don't want to be too rough with these guys because they are just babies after all. And they're just scared, trying to protect themselves. They don't know. They don't know that I won't hurt them, so you can't really blame them. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Short little update video, I guess you could say. But this is Clutch P. These are the babies. And yeah, if you're interested in any of these guys, just let me know, and we'll see what we can do. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.